morning, y'all. It's Chelsea with Unleashed Dog Training. I am here with a very special guest today, Spencer. Say hey, Spencer. Spencer is a wire German hair pointer, and he is the brother to the dog I have, Yeti. Anyway, we are going to be working on some basic skills with him today, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to go over the fundamentals of sit and down, and maybe some other things. We'll get there. Anyway, I really recommend doing this in a very quiet place. No matter what command you're working on when you're teaching your puppy, turn off the music, turn off the TV, tell everyone to go to a different room, and just one person work on it at a time in a very quiet setting. Or come outside where it's nice and quiet and it's just one person and the puppy. You cannot have two people communicating to the dog, sit, sit, sit. The dog doesn't know what's going on when two voices are talking, and so on and so forth. So I really suggest when there's multiple people in the household, each person take a turn working with the puppy until the puppy gets old enough and can comprehend who is who and who is talking at that time. And especially if you just brought your puppy home, the puppy really needs to understand who are my parents, especially if you are around a lot of people and stuff like that. So anyway, I like to go get a really high reward treat. So this doesn't mean dog food. This doesn't mean a crunchy kibble. When I say high reward, I mean something either meaty, a hot dog, piece of chicken, turkey, or some type of really soft treat. The reason I like soft treats is, for whatever reason, dogs just like the texture a lot better. Most soft treats actually have a lot more meatiness into it versus the crunch. A crunch to dogs is like eating a granola bar, basically, and that's not rewarding. A little piece of this is like eating, whatever, a hamburger or a steak or something like that. So get something that is really interesting to your dog. It doesn't mean you're gonna have to give him treat after treat, but see how he's starting to get a little motivated? I just have a small piece of treat in my hand, and all I'm doing is luring him. So when I say lure, that means I'm using the treat to guide the dog where I want the dog to go. Good boy. Come. Yes. This also works for come. So not just sit and stay, but if you're working on come with him, you can have your dog on a leash, say come, and back up a little bit and reward. Good boy. We will get into that in a different video. We're really honing in on sit and down today. So now that I have his attention here, I'm going to let him smell the treat. And all I'm going to do is hold the treat right above his nose. Sit. Yes. And let him have a little tiny lick or a nibble. Come. And then we move. When I'm moving the dog out of the position, I personally like to say come, because now I'm helping the dog understand what come means, which is come to me when I move away. Good boy. I usually like to do these in sets of 3. So I'll ask sit 3 times, down 3 times, and then give a full reward and a break. When you're asking your dog, you don't want to hold the treat up here because that's going to cause them to jump. You want to be very still about it. What's going on is when your dog is smelling the treat and you're going upward, their nose is going up, elongating the spine, and they're actually falling into the sit position. Sit. Yes, good boy. Over time, you can start moving your treat higher and higher. Come. Yes. I recommend doing this on a leash again. Even if you're in the house, put your dog on a leash to avoid them walking away from you, going to a different room. This also helps them learn leash control and learn, I'm not gonna bite the leash, I'm not gonna lunge away from the leash and things like that. I'm not getting his attention by saying, Spencer, Spencer, look at me, look, focus. Too many commands at once is confusing. I just wait for him to get focused on me, or I use some type of clicking or kissing noise. Sit. Yes. Sit. Good boy. If you have a dog who's a little bit extra bouncy, when they sit, I will hold them in that position just like so. Good boy. When I'm also asking them to sit, it takes a dog at this age 3 to 4 seconds to process what you said. When dogs are learning, they keep all the information in the back of their brains, unlike us, it's in the front. So when you ask sit, it has to travel, and then they say, oh, that's what you said. So I highly suggest, just don't do it. Stop saying sit, 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 because now your word isn't sit, your word is sit, 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 sit. Those are two completely different things. So when you ask the command the first time, give about 3 to 4 seconds. before you re-ask the command. And over time, you're only gonna have to say it that one time. Come. Yes, good boy. Let me get a little closer for you. Sit. Yes. So again, over time, I'm gonna start making the treat a little bit higher so it's not directly in his face. Sit. And I'm holding it. And if he's jumping, that's also why I use the leash. Sit. Yes. So that time I just withheld the treat for maybe like 2 seconds. Small increments. They are puppy brains. They're baby brains. So you can't say, sit and hold it up here and have them wait for 30 seconds. Good boy. Come. Come. Yay. Since we've been doing this, I still have the same treat. Again, this isn't about here's your food, here's your food. It's actually taking over the senses, using the scent of the dog to get them focused on you. Sit. Yes. So see, that's why you're waiting. Have patience. Wait those few seconds. See if he's going to do it, and then if not, re-ask him. Good boy. Sit. So I'm holding my hand up higher. Yay, good boy. I give huge rewards when I get something small like that. That was really good patience. That was such a good boy. All right, so I'm gonna call him and do that one more time, and then we're gonna work on down while I have his attention. Come. Yes. Again, we will have a video working on a solid come, but always move away from your dog. Don't say come and go toward them, because they're gonna move away and now it's a following game. If anything, just walk away. Come, come, yes. And then reward them. Sit. Good boy. That butt went on the ground, the paws tried to come up, but he did correct himself. All right, so that's how I like to work on sit, the basic fundamentals of it. It does get more challenging. Like I said, over time, you're gonna start asking sit and be higher and higher and higher until you can just ask sit. Yes! Until you can ask sit while you're standing up. All right, we are going to work on the down command for this. Grab me a chair here. So you can either get down on the ground with your dog. For this instance, I'm just gonna use a chair. It makes it easy for a lot of people. Still, have your dog on a leash, so if they decide to go all around, you can give them a correction. Now, I'm gonna try to move it so you guys can see here. So what I'm gonna do, you always start your dog in the sit position. So you have to have your dog know sit before you work on down. So now that he's in the sit position, I'm gonna take my treat and I'm going to draw a straight line down to the ground with it. You don't wanna move away. If you move away, your dog's gonna follow that. So he's licking the treat. He's very intrigued here. Down. And I hold my hand. Yes. I like to give pets and the treat at the same time. Good boy. And then I'm just gonna move. Yes. Good job. Let him smell it. Let him lick it. Straight line down. Down. Yes. Good boy. Now what do you do here? Your dog is already down. How do you get them to do it again? I either ask my dog to resit or I will get up and move them around and restart. Spencer, come. Yes. Again, I like working on that come. This will really help. Sit. Yes. Down. Good boy. Now, over time, you can start saying down and start pointing. But for now, I'm luring all the way to the ground. And remember, luring means you are letting them smell the food and they are following it. Down. Yes, good boy. So that time I gave him the whole treat, and we're gonna take a little break here so we can chit chat. A few things with down that are very, very, very important. The most important thing with down. You need to figure out what command you're gonna use when you want your dog to be in this position. You can either say lay down or down. That's really the only two unless you're using a different language. The common mistake I see is jumping. When your dog is jumping up on you, other people, furniture, people say two words, either off or down. Remember that. If you are asking your dog when they're jumping and you are saying down, you cannot say down for this. Those are two different downs. The only way it would work is if your dog is jumping up on somebody and you say down and you make them get off the person and lay down on the ground. That's the only way you can use a dual down. So for jumping, you need to either say when the dog is jumping, off, off, get off, and then use down for this position. If that is not natural to you, and it's not natural for a lot of people in my profession, more often, I'd say 95% of my clients just naturally say down, down, down for the jumping. That's something you need to figure out. If you are using down for the jumping, then I like to say lay down or lay. Again, be very cautious doing double downs, because when it comes to it, your dog's gonna be like, well, what down do you want? I got off the bed, do you want me to lay down? For a quick example, for my dogs, I say down and it means they lay down on the ground. When I say off, it means you get off. Someone in my past, my dogs would be standing on the bed, they would yell down, my dogs would lay down, and that person would get so upset because the dog did what they were asked, which is down. And he didn't understand why they weren't listening, because the command is off. If you said off, that means get off the bed. Down means to lay down. So you and your family, whoever's involved in training, really need to have that discussion of what commands are we going to use, and everybody stick to it. If I'm asking my puppy down and someone else is saying lay down, she's not going to listen, because they're listening to the first word, lay, the L, not D. So that is very, very important for everybody to figure out. Good boy. Some other little things, leash training is so important. He's been on a leash since he came home pretty much, so he's really, really good with this. But it's very important if you're not going on walks, or even if you are going walks, start having your puppy on a leash. Hang out with your puppy on a leash so they see leash doesn't mean crazy. All right, so we're gonna do a few more downs with him, and then we're gonna wrap this up. Good boy, come on. Sit. So if he's not focused, good boy, he's getting a little tired. Mental stimulation is great. As you can see, he's getting tired. So I'm gonna move around, get a little excited, because you don't wanna lose focus with your dog. If your dog doesn't have focus and drive, it does make training a lot harder. So I'm gonna get a little excited. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, good boy. Yes, 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 yes. Sit. Down. Good boy. Yay. So you never want to lose that focus. If you see that you're losing focus, go ahead and end your training lesson on a good note, or get them really excited and go ahead and follow through with that one last command. This time I'm going to have the treat in my opposite hand, so my luring hand has nothing. Down. And that's what he's looking for, the scent. Down. And that's what I want to show you. If you're doing it and you're like, they're not doing it, go back with your treat and lure, 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 reward, lure, reward. And then eventually you can switch hands and just do it off that hand signal. Good boy, Spencer. Now, because I asked him and he didn't do it, but I wanted to show you so you knew everything to do, I'm going to move one more time. Spencer, come on. Yes, look. Oh, here, yay. Just so I can end it on a good note of us listening. Sit. Good boy. Down. Yay! Good boy, Spencer. And I gave him the whole treat that time. So we're gonna go ahead and end that. He did really, really wonderful. This was probably like a 15-minute training lesson. I like to keep, every lesson is different depending on the dog, but about 5 to 15 minutes. If I'm doing 5-minute increments of training, I'll probably do it like 20 times a day. So if I'm in the middle of doing my dishes, I'll stop and ask the puppy to sit like 2 times, go back to what I was doing. Wiping something down, I'll stop, ask my puppy to do something, go back. So I incorporate training into my daily routine. I don't just take my puppy outside and say, we're training now. That doesn't make a well-rounded and balanced dog, because all they're learning is, okay, at this structured time, I'm going out for a structured train. So that's why I will be unloading my dishwasher and be like, you know, I'm gonna stop in the middle of this, come here, sit down, stay, all that good stuff. But if you have any questions, please reach out, comment. Please also like and share with all your friends and family. I hope this helps out a lot of people that are struggling with some puppy basics. We are having a new segment, Puppy 101, so he'll be in our Puppy 101, which will be going over puppy biting and stuff like that, puppy training, kennel training, and all of that stuff. Oh, okay, you're getting a little crazy. Good boy. He's a very loving guy. He just wants to be in your face. Good boy. Anyway, so like, follow, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And again, if you have any questions, please comment, share your thoughts, share what you got going on with your dog so I can help you, or maybe even make a video just like this one to help you out at home. We did make a video the other day, which please, if you are not following my playlist, go to my Puppy 101 playlist, because I made a video the other day of how to properly handle your puppy, especially in situations when they start squirming around and stuff like that. All right, guys, thank you for watching and enjoy your weekend.